Пошли. Все вместе. Какие ваши доказательства?
They want you to comply.
Cancel culture is about canceling.
Cocainum.
Up yours. Woke moralist.
This is systematic bullying that's happening.
Up yours.
And they believe that they can then
Woke
shut us
moralist.
up.
Not only can you take a load, you can take the ultimate load, and even better than that, that you find your true calling and destiny in your willingness to take the ultimate load.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals. Up yours.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stopped
Woke
Ben
moralist.
Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stopped Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Have it your way, buddy. You sons of bitches. Beta! I did everything right and they indicted me.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like?
We'll see who cancels who.
Hey, you made it.
I made it.
I hit the
Just in
intro
time.
not knowing if Binder was going to be in here in time, but I'm like, you know what? If it's me by myself, whatever. I knew
Right.
he was
Well,
coming.
someone had to dispose of the bodies of the rest of the leftist mafia who are no longer part of the leftist mafia.
Swim with the fishies now. All done. It's
So
just
this is now the Matt and David show.
yeah, the Dolan Binder.
Yeah.
There you
yeah.
go. That's better than Matt and David's too generic.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a band called Dave? No, Matt and Kim. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, not Matt and David. So how you doing, David?
I'm okay. I was at a concert last night, and I feel sick today. I don't think it's the concert though, because I think it was, it wouldn't be that immediate. So
Who'd you see?
I'm probably getting something. Charli XCX and Troye Sivan. It was really, really, really good. It was a gift from my partner. She wanted to go, and I'm glad that she got into it because these are some entertainers, man. I'm telling you, like it was a spectacle. It was 2.5
I'm
hours.
familiar with
it was crazy.
I'm familiar with Charli XCX. That's the correct.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not too familiar, but I don't know the other person. What's their big hit?
So he's an Australian. It's like pop dance music. He's
he's the somebody that I used to know guy. He has to be because he's the only Australian musician I know.
he's definitely not that guy. I didn't. Yeah. So going into it, I didn't know much about him either. And then but the show it's not just. So I thought she was going to be like, I thought he was going to open for her. And he played a couple songs, and then she came on, and then he came on, and then she came. Like they kept I didn't realize how big this guy is. I looked him up, like tens of millions of views on all his videos. He's fucking massive.
Wow.
He's a huge star. He's like a big Gen Z star. He's openly gay, so he has a big, gay audience as well. And it's just, he's really, really good, like super talented. There's already a few songs I put on my playlist that I discovered last night. Very entertaining show, incredible, great stuff. If you have the opportunity, the tour just started. So if it's in anyone listening in your area, go look it up and check it out. They sold out the entire, like we're talking Scotiabank Center, so big hockey rink, sold out the entire place. It was huge. Really good time.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Well, maybe that is why. Well, that doesn't explain why Lance is out sick. And why is Mike out again? Oh, is he on vacation?
Yeah, he took the week off.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then that explains that. Okay. Well, who knows? I mean, we're dropping like flies here on the show. I mean, I was late because my kid has soccer practice, so I had to, hightail it back and just get here in the nick of time.
Yeah, and I feel like this is this sickness I'm getting now. Like I feel like it always starts out where it's not too bad, it's just the throat, and then it's like slowly builds over the week. I feel like I'm gonna be pretty sick next week. But I hope it's like a 3-day thing and not a whole week thing. Sometimes I've been lucky and it's been like a couple days, few days, it's over. So I hope it's that. But we'll We'll find out next week.
Well, I'm pulling for it. We'll find out next. Maybe it'll just be me here next week talking with all of you.
It is. I don't think. Has there been a show where it's only been 2 people, like at the start of it?
I don't know.
Rebecca is coming, by the way, people. She is coming.
There was an episode of this show where it was just me, and I brought on who did I bring on again? I don't remember. Oh, look, here's Rebecca.
Rebecca's here already. Fantastic. Look at that. Didn't have to wait too long.
Right, because I ain't staying too long. I'm just kidding, but not kidding. What's up, guys? What did I miss?
Yeah, we just started like 5 minutes ago. You missed nothing. Just talking about, I went to a concert last night. Charli XCX, Troye Sivan.
Oh,
it was really good.
Yeah, she's still a thing.
Yeah, she's still a thing.
I mean,
the tour just started.
Rude,
so you know, BRAT summer's over, but the tour just started I think last week.
Oh, okay. Because that's who came out with the BRAT thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I used to be somebody I listened to back in my college days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I first heard of her like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
She played that, like, she had like a big song back then. She played that last night as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she's kind of had like a resurgence, and now, you know,
from the BRAT thing, the whole BRAT thing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. How was the concert? Because I know you do not like
it was
to
really
be
good
around big crowds these days. So how was it?
you couldn't avoid it last night. It was a freaking massive crowd. I went to there was an opening act as well for I was telling Matt, Charli XCX and Troye Sivan kind of like, they both played like back to back over the course of the night. They have a few songs together too. So it wasn't just like him opening up for her, but they had another act opening before them, which was really good as well. So Shy Girl, I think was her name. So after they went, I went to get a second drink because when we first got there, we all, you know, me and my partner both got a drink, and then I finished it pretty quick. So I want another one. I went out. Oh my God, the lines to get a drink. And there's like little bars all around the arena. Like I'm just like walking around. There's massive line. I'm like, forget it. I'm not gonna. It's fine. But it did unfortunately feel like it hurt my night a little bit. I feel like I needed one more drink just to feel a little better.
Did you not have the one more drink?
No, I'm not gonna. Oh,
because you weren't going in that line. Okay.
No, and if I had waited in that line, I would have missed the opening song from Troye, which was really good. So
is that why you had threaded about the tickets and like they're being digital and whatever?
Yeah. So this is something I've just learned recently because I've actually been to 2 concerts recently. No, you can't print things out at all anymore. Like it has to be through the phone.
Oh wow!
Like it's like wireless. Like you walk in and they kind of tap your phone and that's how you get the ticket. I guess it's a way to protect against scalpers. But it's just I'm thinking like my phone has died just randomly before. Like you're out and just like it looks like it's full charge. Like it's not even a charge issue. It's just like it just doesn't work. That's happened before to me. So I'm thinking if that happens, what am I gonna do? Like that's it. Like I can't go.
You're not gonna go see Charli XCX. That's what you're gonna do.
But why wouldn't they trust that? Because you can print out the QR code for the ticket if they need it.
But there wasn't the way the ticket works, maybe through the site there's a way to do that, but I was looking and it said to use the app. So but like through the app there's not even a code, there's no QR code at all. It's just like it's purely just like I think it's NFC or whatever it's called. Like it's just wireless technology where it just like taps it and then it works. But luckily my phone didn't die, so it was all good.
That's happened to me before where I had to go to a concert here at the Roxy. It was a cold winter night. They had just opened the Roxy. And who did I go see? Her. I went to go see her. And I love her. And it was her first concert, so she was in smaller venues. And it was like standing room only. And that's when I knew I was never doing standing room only after that time. Because back in the day, you got energy. You could do standing room only, people bumping into you dancing with them. It's the whole thing. After that, no. I said I gotta find a seat. I don't give a damn. I'm going to pay extra for it. But I know that my phone died. I got to the front and it was so cold. And I thought it was one of those things where you're just gonna jump out of the car or the Uber, have your little outfit on, you do a little jacket. But they had me outside because I had a paper, but my phone died. But I did print out paper. So I had the little paper in my bag. They let me go through with that, but I can't imagine because my phone had died or something it did. And I don't know, why was I going to a concert, phone dead? How did I get in another car? Those are questions that I can't remember. But it could be troublesome, because after that, like, what if I was stuck in the cold, dead phone, and I couldn't get into the concert? My feet, I had on heels. I always wear heels, and I had on some tall ones that night. That would have been terrible. But I don't know why they've done away with that, because we still need a way to, like, what's the other option when
I'm guessing you could probably go to
work?
there's probably some customer service you could go to and figure out whatever your order number was or something. Maybe, I don't know. And as long as your ID is on you. But to your point about like you were standing, so this was mixed standing and seating. Like it's a big arena, so there's seating all around, but you could also like around the stage you could stand. And even though we got seats, we stood the whole time anyways, because like everybody is standing. So it's like if you sit, you can't see as well. So we're standing the whole time, and there are parts where I'm like, I'm enjoying the show, but I want to sit down and enjoy it. But the music is the kind of music where you have to be up. Like there aren't really many slow songs.
So you was over there dancing and enjoying yourself. It was a good date night.
Yeah, it was good.
Let's see some of those moves, David. Let's see some of those moves right now.
That's why I needed that extra drink, because the moves weren't as good as they could have been.
Oh.
But it's just like you're in your little, so you can't do much. You're just like,
Did you know the rest of her music though, or was she just doing some older songs from that time?
No, I know the album because I listened to it since my partner got into it, and she shared the whole her whole thing with me. So I knew most of the song, but I don't know them. Not like there are some that I really like that I knew immediately. Other ones I don't know as well. But it's all the music. Like even if you don't know the lyrics or whatever, the music is all really good. It's all dance. There's a genre name that it's lost on me right now that I'm forgetting. But it's more of like it's kind of like a bit of a throwback to like 2011, 2010 kind of
there's a genre name for music from 2011.
Yes, there is. For that I know, because I used to listen to her music a lot in college. That's when she was popular at that time, before she resurged again. But I know she went through that drama too. And
I mean, the internet calls it dance pop, electro pop, pop punk. It's not really pop punk, alternative pop.
Yeah,
there's other.
I could see it as alternative pop.
Yeah, it's like alternative pop, basically.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was a good time.
I'm glad you enjoyed
about
yourself.
Politics now.
It sounds good.
You sure? You don't want to go another hour with?
I have nothing to talk about. I could add more. No, I probably
it's good
could.
to hear that you went out though, because I know that you have been very like protective over like going around big crowds or whatever the case may be.
It's in a setting like that. I don't mind it. I don't know. For me, it's not really it's more about like why am I in a big crowd? You know what I mean? Like that's more of the issue for me.
Yeah.
If it's for a concert, whatever, that's that's the experience. I know what I'm getting into. Actually, I hate traffic more than crowds. Like if I have to sit in traffic, that's terrible.
Traffic here, going to a concert, you get both of it. You get the traffic in this damn city, and you go right into a crowd. So walking to the door feels like traffic. Getting inside the venue feels like traffic. Going to your seat feels like traffic. But if you have a seat, the people around you control how you even sit in your seat. Sit down, stand up, people singing, get out the way. Excuse me. So it's like, you just don't, it's just, I've learned to, if I really like an artist and if they're going to be at a venue that has seating, but that has like there's a place called Tabernacle here, and I will go there because I know the type of artist is going to be neo soul, R&B. It's a good crowd. But like I went to see Maxwell last year. Was it last year? It was 2 years ago. I went to see Maxwell and Jasmine Sullivan. Very great lineup. And they were at the State Farm Stadium. When you go to places like that, when you go to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, when you go to State Farm, I was going to turn around. When I seen the traffic, I was looking for the exit to just go on home, forget the tickets. And I had floor seats then. I'm so glad that I did, because when I looked at the crowd for the drinks and to go to the bathroom, I was like, yeah, it was a great concert. But as soon as I saw Maxwell preparing to, do the little last slow song, I began to go to my car because that would have been hell and I would have been there for another 2 hours. But here is just traffic. So I like the festival vibes or the smaller venues where you can kind of get in and get out type of vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have
several
topics. I do.
What are we talking about today? Because I'm
several
early.
things have happened that I haven't, like some of them I haven't even watched. I'm just like, oh, this sounds interesting. Well, okay.
I mean, the big news today was out of at least in this little world of ours. Was
North Carolina.
Is the lieutenant governor of North Carolina, who's a Republican.
The porn.
It's something.
I didn't read much about it. Do you know the details? I just saw some.
So this is. Let me quickly just pull up everything. So I have it all in front of me. So Mark Robinson is lieutenant governor of North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He is running he is the Republican nominee for governor.
Mm-hmm.
And this was going around that CNN was about to drop this huge story on him, and it was likely that he's considered dropping out over it.
Yeah.
He's not dropped out. He's defending himself, but the question was, what could this possibly be? Because this is a guy who there's already been numerous stories about. There already were accusations of anti-Semitism with things he had said about Jewish people dropping.
Mm-hmm.
He had already said things about trans people. He had already said things, a story had previously dropped where multiple people who worked at physical, like brick and mortar, peep show type adult entertainment facilities claimed that like 10 or 20 years ago, Mark Robinson was a regular at their place of work, and they would see him there, and he would be partaking in the peeping. And this is a guy who's Mr. Republican religious. He's out there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a clip going around of him saying that we keep trying to empower our young girls to use their brains when we should be empowering them to take care of down here so they don't get abortions. Really nasty stuff coming from this guy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah. So all of this is out there about him, and it was like, what possibly are they going to drop? And so this CNN story drops from Andrew Kaczynski and M. Steck over at CNN. And, the headline doesn't do it justice, because looking at it, it's just, I'm a black Nazi. A North Carolina GOP nominee for governor made dozens of disturbing comments on porn forum. Honestly, that's like, we knew he was a Nazi because he'd been saying anti-Semitic things. But the details, first of all, he that is a quote from him. He used that. He was very explicit and sexual on this adult website forum. This is where they pulled this all from. He enjoyed, and there's nothing wrong with this. Obviously, this is completely fine, but there is something wrong with it if you are an anti-trans bigot. He claimed that he enjoys watching transgender porn.
Yep.
He referred to himself as a poet. Like, this is, if you go through it, some of this stuff that he says is really incredible. And this is a guy that Trump has endorsed. The website was called Nude Africa. I mean, I mean, keep going through. There's some more here.
He's really active on this site. The things that he says as a lieutenant governor are,
well, apparently this is from before he got into politics.
And he used the same email. That's how they were able to track it down. The email that are on different websites that he uses, the same email that he used when he was on this site. But he has to show as lieutenant.
And he's been using. He's using the same screen name everywhere too. Mini Soldier.
The same screen. What kind of ridiculous same? He doesn't even hide his face. Same person. Like, because this is the life that he lived. But as usual, there's always a double life with.
This is the amazing. This is what I was just trying to think of. This is the real kicker here. So this. Mr. Religious, Mr. Play it by, the traditional marriage and LGBTQ icky and honor the marriage, the institution of marriage and everything. There are now it's unclear if he's telling actual stories or he's writing erotic fan fiction.
Yeah.
But there are numerous stories where he talks about having sex with his wife's sister.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. No, I didn't see that. That's getting crazy.
Is the sister aware of this, or is the wife aware of this? I should say.
I don't know. And on top of that, there's a political follow-up where they were able to match his email to an account he'd created on what's the site for cheating? Madison, Ashley Madison, is that it?
Yeah. I don't know. Dang, that's crazy. I need to look that up.
Here too.
Listen, he
the peeping one is Jesus Christ. Really disgusting.
It's him. And the things that he put in he has an affinity for transgender pornography. And that is crazy because he be up in the churches, and the conservative places, and he's saying things against the LGBTQIA plus community. Yet before this, he's been living that life. Like here, he says that, this is what he wrote, allegedly, according to the CNN doc. They said he likes watching, and this is his words, tranny on girl porn. That's hot. That's effing hot. It takes the man out while leaving the man in. And he says, yeah, I'm a perv too. This is things that he actually wrote. So when you say he's like, I didn't see any of his comments that he made back to it. But when you say he's trying to defend himself, what is he saying in defense of himself?
He says it's not him, right?
And it's all not true. It's just not true.
Yeah. He's just like denying it outright.
Huh. When these are the same.
And it's like his face.
His face and his same
that's been
email.
there well before he was like, a known person.
And the same handle throughout.
Yeah.
It would be really funny if you were like, what is he possibly saying to defend himself? And the truth was that something like, oh, he's out there saying there's nothing wrong with it. It's not his fault that he gets all these women and his wife's sister through.
They'll flip it. They will flip it and say stuff like that. They'll be like, well, the other people are the problem. His wife's sister came on to him. Why do they have these pornography websites anyway? Where they why these exist? The LGBTQIA plus community is the problem. They're the ones that are bringing this spirit out of people. They're going to try to flip it in that way to try to be
we've seen enough examples where they just skate by. Like they usually I mean we're at a point now where oftentimes they don't even deny it. They're just like, yep, I said that, I did that thing. Now this may be a different situation because this I guess maybe to conservatives would view him potentially view him as, I don't know, progressive or something in some way because of the porn he watches. But it's still it's one of these things where if he just was like, yeah, what's the big deal, whatever, like he may that may actually benefit him.
That would I feel like that could, because it happened. That was me back in the day. That's not who I am right now. Okay. And there's a job to be done.
Just blow over.
He could win with that. Not win, but win over his side with that. There would be nothing to fight about. He admits it, and that's just what it is. But the problem is when you're heavily anti all of these groups of people and how they live, how they love. And then this is the life that you actually secretly want to live. Does his wife even and then dragging allegedly his wife's business or cheating with his wife's sister is crazy business. But this is what people, we talked about this earlier. You got to believe people for who they are. And if they can't even lead, and this is imagine Kamala Harris having a scandal where she was cheating, caught having sex or on a
Oh my
sexual
God.
website, all of this stuff, that would be a whole thing. But because this is a man, especially
And a Republican, like the
conservative,
bar's just in a completely different place.
they're going to give excuses. It's gonna be like, yeah, he went through that, it happened, but you know, he was just battling in the spirit, and he was just, and all, there's gonna be so many excuses. But that's what I don't like. Men in power, they get like slaps on the wrist for stuff like this. But he actively has been going out there on different platforms and going hard against the same communities that he's a part of. So
I feel like none of these, I don't know, these people, they never have to face any repercussions for the litany of shit that they do. And yet, you know, a Democrat mispronounces a word and it's like a story. You know what I mean? Like the standards are just so
was that
out
guy
of
a
whack.
Democrat that we're talking about that mispronounced that word and ended up saying a slur? You talking about?
No, I'm thinking of like Joe Biden. You know, he'll
because I'm like, there's
no,
a
that guy's not that guy is not a Democrat.
Oh, let's be clear, because that's
no, that guy's also a piece of crap.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. I just needed to make sure we're on the same page. Okay.
That was like what? Was that yesterday? So I feel like there's been actually a lot of news.
Yeah.
It's going by so quick. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with this guy. I feel like nothing. He's gonna stay in the race.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll still lose, but probably more because of you know, the top of the ticket.
He was a creeper. Like these comments that he was making in the comment section, like it's just creepy. Like yelling at folks. What?
I don't care.
I just want to see the sex tape.
I just want to see the sex tape.
And here
oh my God. Okay, some of the shit is really dark.
And moral of the story, don't F a white.
Okay. I just like it's weird because I don't find any of this really surprising. Like any of these freaks, this guy is a loon in public. So of course he's even worse in private. That I feel like you can apply that to most of these politicians. If there was a lunatic that, you know, you could think of that is terrible in public, they're probably a lot worse in private, and we just don't know the whole story. That tends to be what it is.
Absolutely. And him having a life before this lets us know there's so much more that will probably come out. People have probably dealt with him in North Carolina in some kind of sexual manner, maybe paid off in the next day or two or whatever for their comments. But I'm pretty sure we'll hear some more coming out of it. But sounds like to me, he probably will just say, that happened, but that's not who I am anymore. And that will be just enough for them to go off of.
Yeah.
And continue the race with.
Well, that's that story. Any more on him before we move on?
No. That I just found out who he really was the other day. Yeah, not really, but we'll see how that goes. I am very interested to see how that Black Nazi goes forward.
I'm like looking up stuff right now to see like it's a lot.
It is. It's uncomfortable. When I was looking at it earlier, I seen it. The comments are very strong. So I'm telling you, somebody's gonna come out and say that they've been with him, and he gives sexual assaulter vibes, even in the comment section of the porn site or whatever. Yeah, he gives, I don't want to put that on him, but he gives creeper. He gives, and I can guarantee you it's going to be some heavier stuff that come out about him. That's how it works. Yeah.
So, the Teamsters union has decided not to endorse, which is interesting considering Republicans are incredibly anti-union and Democrats, especially under Biden, have been much better. So there is an interview. Dana Bash confronts Teamsters president Sean O'Brien with Trump's anti-worker record. How about we check this out?
I want to ask a little bit more about that polling. If it is accurate, it would mean that almost 60% of your members do prefer former President Trump over Vice President Harris. But I just want to give a small sample of Donald Trump's record on union issues. He appointed Supreme Court justices that were part of major decisions going against unions. He appoints to the NLRB people who consistently rule against labor. He visited a non-union auto plant while the UAW was striking and encouraged union members to boycott their dues. And you, of course, remember last month when he was on with Elon Musk, praising Musk for firing striking workers, you called that economic terrorism. And you do have, I understand that there is some split, but you do have people like James Kirbeam, who is the head of the Teamsters Black Caucus, saying that what you have done is chosen not to stand up to a bully and an anti-union candidate and not endorsing Kamala Harris.
Yeah, James Kirby, he represents a certain group that's not affiliated directly with the Teamsters Union. Look, I criticize President Trump. I'll criticize anybody that attacks labor, crosses picket lines, or whatever else. And this was not an endorsement for the Republican Party. This is a wake-up call that the system is broken. It's far too long that the Democratic Party, and I'm a Democrat, has just got their way. We need to hold them accountable. But this is an opportunity as well for both parties to take a hard look. The Democrats refocus and say something's wrong. We've got to recapture American workers. What do we need to do? And this is an opportunity for Republicans who claim they want to be the working party for American workers to prove that they can do that by supporting the PRO Act and passing the PRO Act and help develop a PRO Act. Our goal in this whole thing is to work bipartisan and get things done for working people. And look, as far as schoolyard bullies go, my record's proven. We've had 227 strikes since my administration. We've won a historic contract, largest collective bargaining agreement because of our members, and we're going to continue to do that. People can call names. That's what's wrong with this whole process. People get so personal instead of trying to fix a problem and find some collaboration to effectuate some change that's needed in this country.
Sean O'Brien, president of the...
So what are your thoughts on his position here, the decision to not endorse anybody?
They have a choice, right? It's a choice. And I don't think his reasoning was all that amazing because I feel like, at the end of the day, they have a choice. And if they feel like they're not going to vote for Kamala Harris because we have a bully, and then we have what he said that they didn't, they're not people who
they're
are
not endorsing anybody. So he's
the reason why he's not endorsing
that they're
Harris,
criticizing. They want to, I guess, leave open the idea that they want to be able to criticize everybody and
both sides.
And I guess by not endorsing Democrats, his argument here is that he wants Democrats to do more for labor.
Yeah,
he's not arguing that the Republicans are doing anything for labor. He just wants Democrats to do more.
But even Dana was like, but they've done for labor. They've been, helpful towards unions, but Donald Trump hasn't. But this energy gives like, I know they're trying to act like they're riding the fence and, we gotta make a change. If we can criticize both of them, it makes a change. But at the same time, like I said, they have their choice. But I think that this one also sends a message like, it's almost like how they were doing when they're not, what was that thing that they were doing? They weren't going to vote. They were going to hold their votes until they got an answer or something like that. What are they waiting for specifically is what I'm saying. Like, I didn't get I don't think they're
waiting for, I just don't think they're going to endorse. I think this is the answer. The answer is they're not endorsing.
Yeah, it's
I think
a choice.
I think the decision here is driven more by the fact that membership is more split, and I think it's more pro-Trump than pro Kamala Harris, and that of course can't be due to labor issues. That has to be due to the inherent racism and xenophobia that I guess some working class people have. In this case, when it comes to Teamsters, the majority. But I don't know if an endorsement really means anything, to be honest with you. Like, let's say they endorse Kamala Harris. Are the members all the members now going to vote in unison? No, they have their own opinions. How they feel about these candidates. They're going to vote how they want to vote. Maybe I'm sure some of them were swayable and could have pushed them in a certain direction, but it's hard to know the impact of something like this.
Right. Like I was reading that I saw people online saying how they're part of the union and they didn't even know this vote was going down. It was done terribly. I think it's a failure on on leadership's part. I mean, the guy went to the RNC. He spoke on the stage there. They have an ability to inform their members about which party or which candidate best represents their interests. And this guy decided to go to the RNC. You have Kamala Harris basically helping to save their billions of dollars, Teamsters billions of dollars in pensions, and this is basically they don't know whether they should endorse that candidate or Donald Trump. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. But it's a choice.
It's against their own. They have this. Obviously, they certainly have the choice here.
Yeah.
But that's people will always certain types of people will always vote against their own interests in order to stick it to everybody else.
But they're I've seen Sean O'Brien, from what I've seen, has definitely been more openly critical of Republicans than Democrats. I have, I think, at least 2 videos on him. I want to find the guy's name, the Republican's name.
I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't think this guy's like a secret Republican, but I think he let Republicans take advantage of him. I think he got played. He showed up on stage and gave the Republican Party the ability to pretend that they care about labor.
Yeah. So here we go. It's Mark Wayne Mullen. So Sean O'Brien has had a couple run-ins with Mark Wayne Mullen during committee hearings. Let me bring up these were fun clips from what I remember. If I can find the clip. So here we go.
Time, him and I kind of had a back and forth. Appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different. But after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sir, I wish you was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company. Myself and my wife was...
Worth noting here, McMullen here, or whatever his name is, Mullen, not McMullen. McMullen. He inherited his business from his daddy. He did apparently grow it, but he still inherited his business and has not really acknowledged any of that.
Running the office, because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be 2 consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
What's
You stand
happening?
your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution every poll?
No, sit down. Sit down. Okay. You're a United
Birdie.
States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond? Mr.
Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can't, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and bullies. And that's what-
I don't like you because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it. You have
Wow.
the mic. You have time.
All right.
Make your statement.
All right, and then
Look
probably
at your
more, but
face. When was
that's my
this?
face. I talked about this.
This is a while ago.
November of last year.
Almost a year ago.
Yeah, there we go.
He's like, so what you want to do about it? Yeah, let's do something about it. What is happening in the people? Where is the
And that was the
decorum?
second. That was the second time they had it. Like there's a confrontation from a different hearing that preceded that, that led up to that one. So those two have been going at it for a while. Actually, there's one more clip. Since that was so fun.
Because he said he wasn't a hard
There's
worker.
one more clip here. After their first hearing, Sean O'Brien had tweeted a bunch at him, basically saying like, this guy's a fraud. He inherited his business from his dad. Funny how he didn't, I think in my video I discussed that. Mark Wayne Mullen didn't bring that part up because that would expose the fact that he's not completely self-made. But yeah, so that led to this here. Let's watch one more clip here.
Ghetto.
Any question? Could you repeat it?
You said anytime, any place.
What's your question?
Accept the challenge.
What challenge?
You said anytime, any place. I'm accepting yours, so why don't you come
What
back?
challenge? What challenge are you talking
April 30th. How about we do it for a charity at the Smoking Guns in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
We're not going to be
what was the
talking about
challenge?
physical confrontations here.
You want to fight me?
What do you say about anytime, any place?
Let's have coffee, discuss our differences.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's sit down and have coffee.
I'm embarrassed.
I'd love to.
But
They make him
I don't back on anything.
You did.
You're the one.
Bernie
You're
about to
100
lose every piece of hair he
should be
got
the
left.
most influential people in this country,
That's it,
making
right?
changes. You're focused on.
Okay.
You're
Thank
focused
you.
on
Thank
debate
you.
that's not
Fine.
even relevant.
You're
an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment.
They went silence after
Oh, that makes sense.
This hearing
Bernie is pissed.
condition of the working class in America.
You
That's
brought
why
a thug into this.
You're the biggest thug here.
You brought him in.
All right,
You're the biggest thug. Even
Look,
your
I don't
colleagues
know
call you.
why you do what you're doing, Senator Hassan.
Thank you very much.
Poor. Oh my! I think I said poor Bernie.
Poor
has no
Bernie.
idea. Poor Bernie.
Yeah, look, it is for Bernie. But it's funny.
Bernie had to get a little bit angrier. Bernie had to be like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
He
had to
was
throw
like
down.
an old grandpa. Like, I can't get these kids to calm down. But Tunbo Soon said in the comment section that Mullen used to be an MMA fighter, so that's why.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's why he's trying to fight everybody.
That's why
he's giving that whole tough guy persona.
Yeah.
Like, I'll beat your ass. Meanwhile, the other guy is kind of scared. He's like, well, why don't we have coffee? Like, can we not do that? You can't have coffee. And he's like, no, I want to beat your ass. And this is crazy. That is absolutely, this is who we have leading
But
these.
that is why I was surprised when Sean O'Brien first gave the speech at the RNC. So I should be clear. He was invited to the RNC and then he accepted to give the speech. The DNC didn't invite him. I'm guessing because he was invited to the RNC and gave a speech there. They didn't want to have him after that. But he, I forget my point now. But he was I was surprised because he gave a speech there after all this happened. Like this is, you think after you're about to get into a fist fight with a Republican lawmaker that you're not going to side with the Democrats now. It's just, I can't decide between these fucking clowns like this Mark Wayne Mullen or administration that actually, out of all the things that they have not done for people, Biden has actually been good for labor. It's a little interesting to see that.
Yeah.
I'm looking up this guy's he has a MMA background.
I think it's like amateur, it's not like serious MMA. I think it's just like he just fought.
Does he have a record?
It's giving we can't find it. It's giving it's not.
I read
true.
that somewhere. Maybe it's not true. But I thought I do.
What Tim Wilson just said. He said that he has an MMA. He used to be an MMA fighter. I don't know. I got that from the comment section, of course. But I can see how that, he would try to give that energy. He probably did it he probably was like a wrestler in high school, and he just carried.
No, he has an MMA career. I mean, it's not long. And it's in an organization I've never even heard of.
He said the record barely exists.
Yeah, it does barely exist. He's undefeated in his career that spanned the total of 6 months. It looks like he fought three fights, 2 against the same guy, and he won all 3. But at this level, you don't know if he's fighting a bunch of a bunch of completely out of shape buffoons. Like, you don't know. It's not
just
like
padding his record there.
Yeah, you have to see the actual fight. You can't just go by that. If this was like an actual legitimate league, then you could flaunt it. But until we see it, I can't say whether this guy was any good or not. My belief is that being that it lasted just a few months, probably wasn't very good.
No, probably not. Otherwise, he would have had a future in that instead of being the dipshit he is. All right.
Well, to be fair, you could both, and this is true for many of them. You could both be an MMA fighter and a big old dipshit. So it's not
That is
mutually
true.
exclusive. It's not mutually exclusive.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just depends what field you're a dipshit in.
It goes into all of how these people get away with whatever they want, especially the people on the right or people who are grifting. Like they can do whatever they want. Like here they are out of decorum, Jesus Christ, about to fight and still and still get on and be at the RNC. It's like they praise them for these types of behavior. We know that most recently we can talk about with JD Vance, who was on CNN. Because CNN been, I guess, doing their news thing for real this week. But was on CNN and he actually admitted to the lies, to actually lying, the statements that he did. He said he made them up. And he said he'll do it again if that's what it takes. And I'm talking about the statements that he made about the Haitians, the false statements that he made about Haitians eating cats and dogs out in Springfield, Ohio. And he was on CNN and he said, yeah, I made that up. Basically saying that he did it for the American people to start thinking about the American people. And he will continue to make up stories like this if it has to get the American people's attention. And I'm like, to what? Basically, I think it's to like immigrant issues. So they weren't worried about it. So if he put this story out there, then they would now make it a serious issue. And nothing is being done about these types. He's a senator in Ohio. And here he is making these lies, these false claims, and admitting to them. So if we take that and we think about the North Carolina, whatever his name, what's the man name? The North Carolina.
Mark Robinson.
Yeah, if we think about the lieutenant governor there, Mark Robinson, and if anything's going to happen with him, with all this information that they found, I don't think so, because Republicans like to look the other way, even when people admit to the lie or to because for Republicans this is a whole crime for the somebody to be a part of the LGBTQIA community. It's a whole crime, right? So they're going to look the other way. They're going to figure out excuses. But to hear that JD Vance, a possible vice president of the United States, right? Who has an opportunity to become the vice president of the United States, unfortunately, admit to lying. And he's saying that was for the well-being of Americans and to bring to the attention the immigrant issue, basically. I don't think that's okay.
We make it a story because it's important for people to focus on it.
Yeah.
But he wants people to focus on it in the way that he wants them to focus on it, by demonizing people that he wants others to view as outsiders, as scary, as this is the reason to vote for us because they're bringing crime and drugs and all this garbage. And like if people, regardless of who it was, were actually stealing pets and eating them, you wouldn't have to put a focus on that. Would be a story that if tens of thousands of people were stealing people's pets and eating them, that would be a news story regardless.
In his whole state. Like if this was happening in your state as a senator, you would have taken care of that. I love that a lot of people who, of course, were siding with the Haitians to protect them, they were demanding, other senators, other lawmakers, everyone who's a representative of their state or who has the same seat or whatever, they said, hey, yo, we know how this works. As a leader of the state or the city, we know when the calls come through, they're recorded. Where are your records of this? Not my camera going out. Where are your records of this? Where are your records of these calls? And he had nothing to say. And finally he admitted after interview after interview after interview, he said, this stuff is happening. This is happening. This is happening. This is happening. He goes on CNN and says, yeah, I lied. And so what? And it was so dangerous that now people's lives are in danger because of this damn lie that he stated. And here we are, and he admitted to it, and nothing's going to happen to him. He's still going to get the opportunity to run with Donald Trump.
Well, he's still he's not just straight up saying like, yes, I lied. No, he's still trying to lean on the fact or the idea that, oh, my constituents are coming to me about this. Yeah. But it's like, so I think there's like 2 police reports and both were completely unfounded.
Yeah.
And there's nothing at all. So basically any random loon can come to you and say, hey, this thing is happening. You should talk about this. And then the vice presidential candidate for the GOP will talk about it because one guy came to him and regardless of what it is, some wacky idea. Hey, the aliens, actually Kamala Harris is really an alien. I heard my constituents are telling me about Kamala Harris is actually an alien. Like, is he going to go out and say that shit? Like, no, he'll say whatever feeds his narrative, whatever he wants people to think.
This narrative, it hurts people. Like, it's going to hurt the immigrants. It's already hurting them, and it puts their lives in danger. And this is what I'm saying. Like, how are we not taking that serious? And I'm not saying us here, but just American leaders, how are some of them still siding with this? This is driving out division, and it's putting their lives at risk. And for all of this time, he doubled down on that. And not only is he standing on where he's like, this happened, but these people are still like this happened, but it wasn't as big as I was saying, but people still called about it. And he's still standing on that. He's also leaning into, but I'm doing this for America. I lied for America. I'm doing this because America, if we are going to make it through, I got to lie about the immigrants because the immigrants are the problem. And he said he'll do it again. And then Donald Trump comes behind him saying that he will deport all of those Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio. Again, that grew the economy over there.
Are legal. Like, he keeps calling them illegal immigrants.
And
they're legal.
And JD Vance just doubled down with his with himself. Going to say he will continue to call them illegal immigrants. He said, I will continue to call them illegal immigrants. But it's not true. You see, all of this stuff, he's doing this out of emotion. He's doing this because he doesn't see them as people who should be respected, who, mind you, again, they didn't get the chance to come here when Haiti was in turmoil, especially after the assassination of the president. They didn't get the opportunity like Ukrainians did. So they came here, they found another way. They came here through a program legally, 15,000 of them, and they built up Springfield, Ohio, and their economy. And of course, I said in the video that I made, it's growing pains because these people have been used to one thing for a while in that dying city. And so having Black people come and revive it, of course, people are getting uncomfortable with it, but it's not as big of an issue as JD Vance tried to make it. But he did make sure to hone in on the fact that it's immigrants. And if we can get immigrants as the leading conversation in here and make it seem like they're actually causing trouble, then this can be one of the things that we run on, and we can get not only America's attention, we can get the right's attention and make sure that they know we're all about them, and we'll get the immigrants out. Then Donald Trump try to mention Aurora, Colorado, and Venezuelans, I believe, over there, and said that they're bringing in a gang issue. And if he becomes president, he'll also get them out. Then people expeditiously said that's hyperbole. That's a lie. We don't have that issue here. Again, this rhetoric can put those people's lives in danger. And those people here are here on a program legally in that area because they have an influx of Venezuelans over there. And this is the problem. It's like, it's a very scary thing to know that these people have a chance of becoming the leaders of America. And they will lie, and they will put people's lives at risk, and they will tell you basically, we will whitewash your city for you if you vote for us.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. No immigrants allowed.
Yeah. I wonder how effective it'll be, though. Like, I think this message just works in the same people that they already have. Like, you're not, if you're voting because you think immigrants are scary, then none of this, like, this is just feeding into what you already had that position that you're going to vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like, if that's your position and you can't be moved off of it, this is, I don't think they're winning anybody new with this kind of trash.
Yeah, but they're not winning anybody new. But these people who came here and they had their head down, and they went to a city that nobody even knew for a reason, because they wanted to make sure that they don't get involved in nothing. They wanted to go somewhere quiet where the jobs were flowing. They didn't go to Miami. They didn't go to Boston. They didn't go to New York. They went to Springfield, Ohio, because they knew they can just go there, have these jobs, go home, have an opportunity to continue to build and move forward. And here it is. They got attacked. And not only with this rhetoric, they're getting attacked. It's all of the Haitians in the United States because, I was saying as well the other day, I live in a Trump city. Absolutely. I live in a Trump city here in Georgia. And people were like surprised, right? They were looking at me like, not a Haitian being around here. Like, because I have a big Haitian flag in my car. And all of these cars is coming by. I'm in the parking lot. They're looking at me. They're walking by. They're making sure that they let me know that they see me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take this down off of my car. And I know a lot of Haitians in here who are in the area, we all got something that identifies us as being Haitian in the car. It's just what we do. And I know a lot of Trump supporters or whatever, if you happen to live in those cities, we're going to have I know there's going to be some confrontation. People have recorded confrontation already in their own cities amongst people that see them just having a Haitian flag or speaking Creole. One guy was mocking a Haitian man just for speaking Creole and was like, mimicking him and telling him to go back to his country, then telling him he served or something like that. It was some kind of back and forth. But this is the problem. They're talking to them, a lot of these Haitians, as if they don't belong. But some of these Haitians, I know before this whole incident happened, like I said, this whole cat thing is something that we battled out. That rhetoric was something that came from the 90s. But people from that time that got bullied, I know that went on to serve for America. And one guy lives here in Georgia. He was involved in an incident where he almost died, right? His truck blew up. And he served for America. He goes back and forth with people, racists at his job all the time, who talk about America, America this, America that. And he's like, but I'm the one that served. You didn't even serve for your country. I served for you. And you're telling me that me and my people don't belong.
That's got to be so frustrating to have to deal with shit like that. Like, my God.
I know. And I was saying, I'm sorry that you have to go through that when you were the one that fought for this country. And they think that by telling you to get out of here when they didn't serve, they just sit in their house and they're taking all of this racist, prejudiced, xenophobia, like just taking all of that and thinking that's how they can throw it at you. Meanwhile, you were the one that risked your life. You almost died. And they're saying that's not enough. You just shouldn't be here because you're Haitian. Mm-hmm. And that sucks a lot. But it's not only the people in Springfield, Ohio, when they put that rhetoric, it's all Haitians now who may live in areas that are affordable, where their jobs are or whatever. And they have to deal with these type of people. It can get real dangerous. Not that it can get dangerous. That rhetoric is it's not true, but it's dangerous for people. That lie that you put out there. Like, are people not getting this? This is dangerous. People's lives are at risk. Since we're on
the topic, this is so Haiti was brought up in this discussion. So Matt Walsh, this is right-wing lunatic, but Ryan Grimm here does a really good job at kind of painting him into a corner.
Nobody thinks that it will benefit America to become more like Haiti. Nobody thinks that. Or I would challenge anyone, if they do think that, to explain how that's the case. Like, in what way could this country be improved by making it more like Haiti? When you look at Haiti, what part of Haiti are you saying to yourself, we need more of that?
Beaches.
Well, we have more beaches than them too, right? Don't we?
Right.
We're a much bigger country.
We don't want a marine invasion and occupation of the United States that constantly decapitates governments and takes the money out of the country and saddles us with
we don't want the Clintons
debt
either.
from a revolution. Yeah.
Right. Although I don't. So you're saying that
we wouldn't want to be like basically a colony that the entire West spends 200 years punishing after the Haitian Revolution.
I get that. I understand that, but also at a certain
we wouldn't want that. No, yes.
We wouldn't want that, but I would also say that that's not entirely why Haiti's in the position that it's in. I mean, at a certain point, as a country, you have to stand on your own 2 feet and take care of yourself. And
but at what point is that they elect Aristide and we overthrow Aristide? Then they elect Jovenel Moïse. Jovenel Moïse is assassinated a bunch of people with American connections, and we install in 2021. Like, the United States installed the prime minister that we just ousted. Like, so we could say, okay, yeah, you got to get over the, 200 years ago, but like, we're still doing it.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not in favor of, I'm very non-interventionist in my policies, so I'm not in favor of most of the things that we're doing in other countries.
We just made the new government in Haiti in a hotel room in Jamaica, and then we insisted that whatever government we made in Jamaica had to allow Kenyan troops to come in under the flag of the UN in order to go to war with the gangs.
Yeah, I'm not interested in, if it were up to me, I'm not interested in doing anything in Haiti. Like let Haiti be Haiti and take care of that. That's sort of my whole point here. Let them take care of themselves and their own problems. I'm also not saying that there's like never a scenario where we let someone from Haiti into the country. But
so what are you saying?
And it doesn't have to just be about Haiti, but when you're throwing open the gates and just inviting anyone, in particular,
I guess
third world.
I guess your assumption there was that it is Haitian people that are creating the conditions on Haiti, and that if the Haitian people come to Springfield, they will recreate the conditions
but I don't think
in Haiti in Springfield. Whereas what I'm saying is that it's actually the U.S. that has largely
responsible. Come on, Ryan. I don't always
really,
like Ryan too much. I like him, but he's always been good to me. I'm not gonna lie. But worked with him before. But Ryan got it all right there. Usually I'll be like, nah, that ain't true, that ain't true. But Ryan got it all right there, and it's true to point. And I said that too. A lot of what happened in Haiti, what's been happening in Haiti, is because the U.S. has its hands in our business and wants control in certain places, and has literally been a part of the corrupt government over there, and sided with made a lot of decisions as to where we are now. And I don't like that he said nothing. Walsh said nothing serious. It was just like, well, Haiti needs to just figure out Haiti and Haiti. Well, U.S. has always been in our business. And because since Haiti freed itself, it's always been to keep it in line. Like, let them know we still mad that they freed themselves. Every white country will always make it and they're allies with our ops, which is France. And it's always going to be that. So this goes deeper, and it's more than just Haitians having issues in the country, because that's always been the rhetoric here. It's always starting off with, they're poor and they got issues and they have disease and all, and, they can't keep it together. Their government is corrupt, but the U.S. never talks about their part in it. Just like they won't talk about their part in what's happening in Palestine. They don't like to speak about the specifics and where they are and where the blood is on their hands. But here they are coming into the country, which Walsh didn't say, like, listen, homie, what did they do? You're not giving a reason as to why they shouldn't be here. They came here, something was going on in their country. They couldn't come here under Title 42, so that we found another way. They found another way legally to come here. They came here, and we haven't heard much about them until just recently because of a lie. Yet this whole time when we weren't hearing about them, they were building up that community in Springfield, Ohio.
And a lot of what I read about Springfield, like the residents praise the Haitian immigration. Like there's no complaints. So it's just 100% completely fabricated.
Yeah.
And of course it is. Like it always is. Like this idea that, again, Ryan Grim completely dismantles this idea that Matt Walsh tries to put forward, that what part of Haiti do you want the U.S. to be like? So again, putting forward the idea that Haitians are the problem, Ryan Grim completely dismantles that, and then Matt Walsh like, well, I'm not saying that, no Haitian can have a country. Like he just has
nothing to say.
Yeah, because the argument's then what the fuck's your argument? Like, what is your argument?
There's no argument.
There's no argument.
It's just xenophobia. It's just like there's nothing else. What have they done? Nothing. But here we are, and we're just gonna make sure that we put out this lie to let the KKK and the racists and the nationalists and all them people do the work for us and run them out of the city. But I love that I have been seeing the unity around them. I know that the Haitian Times themselves were going down there to figure out how to protect them, have conversations with the Haitians there and figure out how to protect them while there. And the KKK and other racist people have made threats to them. So they had to not do town hall meeting that they were going to do for them. But the people in the community came out and were supportive of them. They were going to the Haitian businesses that were open there, trying the food and all the stuff they have brought into the city to show that they're in solidarity. So it's sad to have a senator that's standing alone in this, for real. Like a senator, your whole state senator is talking about your city and making lies, and he's the one that's standing alone in this. So it sucks that he also put Springfield, Ohio itself, at risk. The city has been receiving bomb threats like nobody's business. And this is because of their state senator, JD Vance. So
yeah. I would like to share some Canadian news that happened this week that I covered a couple of days ago.
I don't know nothing about them Canadians.
I figured you guys did not see this. So that's what I want to share, get your reactions. This is so you're gonna see a heckler heckling this is a Canadian party leader, the leader of the NDP, which is the left of center party in Canada. And watch the interaction.
Corrupted bastard.
So to be clear there, he called him a corrupted bastard. That's what this guy here is yelling at him.
Okay.
Corrupted bastard. Want to say something? What? You want to say something? You say nothing? What does it mean? That? You got something to say?
I didn't say corrupted bastard, but I said.
Is that what you said?
No, I did not say that.
Who said it?
Somebody behind me said that.
Was it me? Was it you? No. You sure? If it was me, I'd admit it. Bro.
But it wasn't.
Was it you or not? If it was me, I'd admit it. What'd you say then? I didn't say nothing. It wasn't me. It was a gentleman behind me, I guess. Who is it then? Point it out. I have no idea who it was, buddy. My word. You sure it's not you? No. 100%. You're a coward. You're not going to say it to my face. That's what's up. Say what? If I said something like that to you, I'd admit it.
What kind of drama y'all got?
Now, I asked you if a confidence vote came up.
This
was it
dude,
that guy? Was it that guy?
Yes, it was him.
Look,
this coward would not admit it.
Go back. We didn't see his mouth, but you know it was him.
Oh no, it was him. It was him.
Corrupted bastard.
It was him. It's the same voice. It was him.
Matt,
it was him. There's been a lot of reporting on this already. Like it was him, and he was too afraid to fucking acknowledge it. It wasn't me, buddy. It wasn't me.
That was like,
it's just
what?
I just find it refreshing to see, someone in power be willing to stand up to this fucking bullshit.
He didn't think it was gonna happen like that.
He didn't. Jagmeet Singh has faced, because he's a visible minority, he's faced so much fucking bullshit since becoming leader. And there are, I think, accurate criticisms of his strategy and politics, and the NDP has not grown the way that it should. But when it comes to this stuff, obviously, I'm on his side here. Like there's been, I looked it up. There's been at least 3 times that I've covered where he has been heckled by like lunatics, and he either has there's one. Let's see if we can find it. There's one where somebody asks him to cut off his turban. That's the guy's actual words, and he talks to him in a way where, like, this is like an older man who he just seems like an idiot. He doesn't confront him like this. He confronts him in a way that's like more educational, and it's like, oh my god, which to be clear, he shouldn't have to, like, we shouldn't have to expect that from Jagmeet Singh. You shouldn't have to be, calm and collected in that scenario. But it was just like, it's been wild to see the full on, like, the overt racism on display since he's become leader, which,
that's terrible.
Canada, of course, has always had. But when you have a visible minority as a leader of a major party, it's obviously going to become more of a talking point than previously.
No, he was ready to get on. Like, listen, I wonder what he would have done if he said, "Did you say it?" And he was like, "Yeah, I said it." What would he done? What would he have done then? Would he have hit him?
We'll never know.
Yeah,
we'll never know.
Would they have thrown down?
Know. But that was good because it was like he was like, "No," and then it was like, "I know you said it." He's like, "Was it you?" It's like somebody was telling him in his ear, "No, it was the one in front of you. It was him." He's like, "No, I know you said it. I know you said it." And why did he get so scary like that? You following that man around, you got him on video, and then he comes in your face and he's like, "Just say it to my face." And that shook.
So this is from 2019. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh being confronted at Montreal's Atwater Market by someone who advised him that he should remove his turban.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Hello,
How are you? Good to see you, sir. You okay?
Yes, you too.
Pleasure to meet you.
You know what?
What's that?
You should cut your turban off and you you look like a Canadian.
Oh, I think Canadians look like all sorts of people. That's the beauty of Canada.
Yeah, but
That's okay. I don't agree, sir.
In Rome, you do as a Roman.
Hey, but this is Canada. You can do like whatever you like.
All right.
Thanks.
Like
And who
just
is
the
he? Who was the guy that
overt
spoke with him?
insane racism on display here.
Who was the guy
Like, it
that
is
spoke with him though?
Just some random resident at the market. It's just some
And
dude.
you think that you can come to me as a leader and speak to me that way? He was calm here.
Yeah,
and
no,
I think that what we saw recently was he was sick of the shit. He was sick of it.
Well, he was. I think that the difference here is they're face to face. They're talking. It's not like he's being heckled here. Like it's kind of a different
That
situation.
man said you should cut the turban off.
Yeah, but it's it doesn't make the comment any less disgusting.
Oof. No.
There's actually one more. Let me see if I could.
There's
find
another
it.
one.
Dang,
Yeah.
he's just getting he got
there's
it rough.
Sorry, there's actually two more. I don't know if I don't know if I want to share all of them. It's over and over again. So let's see if we can find the clip of this one.
People,
amongst
you
yourselves
gotta
and
love, you gotta love when people think that anyone wants to hear their opinion about something. Like they're so sure that they need to say something, and that it'll be, taken with great, seriousness and gratitude for sharing that with them. It's amazing how people, some people think.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm just trying to help you out. Like that's
All right.
Here, this is it. All right. Here we go. So this was when was this? This was 7 years ago. So he may have just become leader, or I think he was maybe running to be leader at this time. Try to find the part that I guess it happens. So this is like with, I guess, meeting with people that support him, and then someone is there to, stir some shit up.
Wow, this is amazing. First of all, first question, is my voice carrying better this way, or is the mic better? What do you like better?
Hi, my name's Jennifer. I started as a process. There isn't one, so I thought I'd start off.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
My name's Jennifer. I'm a women's advocate.
One sec.
Ooh,
Can, can you hear this way? Is it- Is this easier with the microphone?
She's saying, we know you're in bed with Sharia. We know you're in bed with the Muslim Brotherhood.
my
like, just
God.
fucking unhinged.
Oh God, Marjorie.
Or is
Taylor
it better?
Greene everywhere?
Anybody touch me, or I will contact the police immediately. I would like to know, call the police.
So
like the idea that she's gonna call the police. like,
You're
like
the
what the
psycho
fuck is
in the
wrong with
room.
you? Like, don't touch me, or I'm
She's
gonna
like,
call the
give me a
police.
second. I'm trying to check the mic real quick. So this is good, guys. She's just like, my name is Jessica. Nobody gives a damn, sis. And oh God.
So just 1 second. Let's just, what do we believe in? We believe in love and courage, right? Love and courage. Love and courage. We believe in love. We believe in love and courage. Absolutely. Absolutely we do. We believe in love and courage. We believe in an inclusive Canada where no one's left behind. We believe in building a Canada that ensures that there's economic justice for everybody, right? And that's what we believe in. So my friend, yeah, that's it. And you are wonderful. And let's just say, as Canadians, do we believe in celebrating all diversity? Do we believe in celebrating diversity? Give it a round of applause for diversity. A round of applause for diversity.
I would have dragged her.
Yeah, so this goes
hair.
this goes on for 4 minutes. Like, it's
Oh my
just
God.
and he remains this like calm the entire time.
Where is he gonna stop?
Like, this is 2 minutes later.
She was still going.
At one point,
My friends, we'll just sort this situation out. We'll be right back.
That's a good
I love you all.
What point are we gonna stop? Is he gonna stop voting for Sharia? Like these just fucking lunatics, man.
I would love to know
he's
what
been
happened
dealing
to
with this shit
lady.
even before he became leader.
I would love to know what happened to this lady. This was a while ago, right?
What's her name? Jessica. No, you're Mike.
I can give some
mic just went
educated
out.
guesses as to the you know, what path she went down once COVID hit. Like I think we have some idea.
This is before COVID, right?
Yeah, this is before COVID. So actually, I guess was it 2017? When was this? 7 years ago. So whatever. Yeah, so this is well before COVID. But I'm not sure if we ever got her name. I don't know if I care to look it up. But yeah.
The people want
So that's
to
what
know.
Canadians deal with, or I should say Jagmeet Singh deals with.
No, y'all
But,
got drama over there too, y'all. It's always
and
surprising.
potential so there's going to be a no confidence vote in the government I guess next week or this week, which could trigger an election if other parties jump on board. But so far other parties in a majority are not going to jump on board. So the Bloc Québécois and the NDP are not going to support a no confidence vote, meaning that there's not going to be an election triggered. But at any point now, one can be triggered sometime before the definite election next October. So likely the spring is sort of what people are thinking. When the budget is tabled by the Liberal government, that typically is when an election can be or will be called. So probably then there'll be a lot more Canadian discussions going on. I'm sure you're all excited.
No, I'm excited. The
Can't wait.
the man is kind of cute though. Whoever the leader is, he's kind of handsome. So
Jagmeet Singh.
yeah,
Good-looking guy.
Jagmeet Singh. I'm gonna look him up. Let me go look, follow him, jump in the DMs. No, he's handsome, and the people there
He's married, has a child.
Yeah, I could tell he got it together. Like he has the whole leadership thing together. But no, the people there that feel like they can just go and like he's talking about peace and love, and these psychopaths, they're very reminiscent of what we have here in America. Those entitled white women who think they can just pull up on somebody and because of how they look, automatically attach them to a group that they're not even a part of, to accuse him of what was it she said? He was a part of something.
Muslim Brotherhood and Sharia.
Yeah.
Like,
and
he's Sikh. He's not like,
yeah, you see what I'm saying? Just
like,
strong and wrong. And here we are, like, of course, xenophobia, but because of what this person looks like, they want to attach them immediately to parties. Like, girl, do your research. You were strong and wrong. You were over there turning into a tomato, screaming, and it was embarrassing. And I'm pretty sure she's embarrassed right now, or she might be
probably not.
lifted up by
someone like that. Very rarely ever changes.
Yeah, she's probably like a Tommy Lahren or something like that, or whatever. In y'all,
I don't think she got any fame off of this, thankfully, because I've never seen her face again. So I don't know.
She's never seen her. She's disappeared.
she disappeared.
Maybe someone disappeared her. Oh.
No, luckily there's just not the I guess it's changed now probably, but at least at the time the environment wasn't the media environment wasn't rich enough for someone like that to just get famous off of being a racist.
Yeah, at that time.
Yeah.
We didn't have TikTok, I don't think.
Should be elected to Congress now.
Yes, she would.
If that happened today, there'd probably be that could be a thing to run on. All right. I don't got much else. I don't know. Just Kamala Harris, CNN talking about polls, or I should say CNN talking about Kamala Harris polls. She's doing really well apparently in polling.
Not according to
the post-debate polls popped up, and so we got to see that bump. I mean, I don't know how long it'll last, but it's looking in her favor right now.
Not according to what Elon Musk lies again.
Yeah, because they love to go by the
Twitter poll.
Whoever says exactly what they want to hear. Like that's one of the biggest. That's an issue overall with everybody, regardless of your political ideology. You hear something that fits your preset beliefs, and you run with that. But I mean, it's especially big amongst conservatives to believe that way, because they like to sort of retreat to their bubble. I mean, just look at what we were just talking about before with JD Vance lying about the Haitian migrants, and Matt Walsh when he's on that show with Ryan Grimm, and Ryan Grimm is laying down the history for him, and he's still trying to find like a way to contort it into exactly what he already believes. I mean, they love to hear and cement what they already thought beforehand.
Yeah.
So if anything comes out against that,
they won't. It doesn't matter if it's the truth, and they will continue to be like, no. Like I said, they treat it like it's a Bible verse, and they will be like, because this came from somebody that we love and trust, and that's just what we'll follow. We'll literally believe this. We'll follow them off of a cliff if we need to, and that's the problem with this. With the right.
I have a new clip. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Clip.
Happening. If I don't win this election, and the Jewish people would really have a lot to do with that if that happens, because at 40%, that means 60% of the people are voting for the enemy.
That's it. That's just, how many of these do we have of Trump? Like, just like being so incredibly anti-Semitic over and over again. There's like, this is endless for him. And like, he cannot divorce himself from the idea that just because you're Jewish doesn't mean you want Israel to commit mass murder. Like, it's such a, Trump just thinks very, I don't know.
There's nothing
there's no way to explain how he.
Yeah, he's gonna. Like I was saying, his baseline is always gonna be like anti-Semitic,
It's just pro him, whatever.
LGBTQI. Any of these groups of people, he will make sure like that he aligns anything he says with hate with that, and just, hey, listen, I'm gonna make sure that I get these immigrants out. Everybody's like, woo, yeah, that's so great. Hey, we're gonna make sure that men and women can only be together. We're gonna make sure that women can't have abortions, like late term. And it'd be like, late term, nobody's having an abortion at 9 months, my guy. Like, where are you getting this from? But he puts this out there to make sure the fear mongering and all of this stuff. This is what's happening. It's almost like these people are okay with not doing. No, it's not almost like. It's especially like these people aren't doing any research. If Donald Trump says it, if like a leader from the group or the party says it, they're going to go with it. I'm not researching this, although I know that this isn't true. We're just going to have to go with it. And he doesn't care who he's in front of. Hey, listen, like you're Israeli, right? All right, cool. I will make sure I continue to obliterate all Palestinians. Like, vote for me. Vote for me. And they're like, you know what? He feels like that at all people from Israel, like any Jewish person or whatever, because he's small-minded. He don't know much. He doesn't know how people work.
Has he ever had to apologize? Like, has he not apologized, but because he hasn't, but has he ever walked back anything he's ever said in terms of like anything?
I can't remember. No, like I don't think he ever has.
Because it doesn't, because this is why he's so free to do just whatever, because he's never had to face any repercussions. He's never had to walk back or felt the need, I guess, to walk back anything. He's just always, or the most he'll do is talk out of two sides of his mouth, where he'll just say one thing and say the opposite. But he's never felt the need to like address a previous comment.
Or he'll lie and say he didn't say it.
Yeah, or he'll just do that.
When did I say that? And then people will be like, but she said it on January 22nd, or you said it at 5 p.m. on
and there
October
are things
3rd. Like,
and there are things that are never brought up again. Like when he was running in 2016, he said everybody will have healthcare. It'll be government run. We'll pay for it. Everyone's gonna have it. Why bring that up in a debate? Like in a healthcare question. Hey, on this date to this person, you said this. This is an exact quote. Mm-hmm. Where are you on this now? Like, why has
when
that?
Did I say it? Misquoted.
And bring up the fact that you say this while claiming that Kamala Harris wants to give everyone health care and she's a communist. How do you square that circle? How do you at one point
he will say,
support this?
He will look y'all in the face and say, "Never said it." And they'll be like, "When did you say it?" They have the dates and never said it.
Then play the damn clip. Play the clip in the debate. Here's you saying this. Respond to yourself.
That's not me. That's not me. When did that happen? That's not me.
But at least put him in that situation, because I want to see what the fuck he's gonna say at that point. Like, play the clip in front of him live on television.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean,
he'll find a way out of it.
You see when they asked him,
he's doing it.
Yeah, and when he was
I know,
at
but I want to
NABJ,
see him find that way.
When he was at NABJ and they were asking him the questions, they were like, "Well, Donald Trump, former President Trump, you said this on this day and this," and he's like, "When did I ever say that?" The way he said, "Well, you did say it right here. And remember when you talked about," but like, he literally was out of there. He didn't want to answer the question, so he left, and then he blamed it on them, saying that they were attacking him. So the attention now went on to the like he knows how to flip it, make it entertainment, and then go on. When he left that place, he went straight to his little social media site and made sure he put the narrative out first.
That's right. Yeah,
and
he just does that.
Yeah,
he tries to set the narrative as soon as possible. That's why he was out after the debate. He did a rare thing that a lot of candidates don't do, is that they go into the media scrum. Like, he went out into the media scrum after that debate because he knew he fucked up and tried to change the narrative. I'm seeing polls 93% saying I won the debate. Like, just making shit up out of nowhere.
He did.
It's like, what? Not 80%, 70%. Like, what are you talking about? It's just like completely, and no one's talked about that again because he just lies so much. It's impossible to keep track of it all.
All he do is lie.
Well, he's also out there now talking about how the debate audience was cheering for him. There was no debate.
I saw that. There was no audience.
Oh my God.
I mean, he
All
will. It's become. It's always been like this with him. Like at this point, it's just like, you have to be prepared for, what he's gonna do, because you're not gonna stop it. You're not gonna. He's just gonna say whatever comes to his mind. But that's the sort of thing that the media has failed at. They let him do that without, again, you're not gonna stop it, but you could challenge it.
Yeah.
Or like do what they did to what was it? Was the Breakfast Club to Jill Stein? They just asked her like basic political questions, like how many members of Congress are there? She's like, I don't know, 600. like just do some basic, I don't know, some basic political questions to Donald Trump.
But he won't answer them. He can't even answer.
I know, he would just dance around them. He would do whatever.
Yes, he can't even answer.
He's really good at doing it too.
Yeah,
he's really like, how many members are there in Congress? He'll go, too many.
Yeah.
He's like, there's so many you can't count them. You can't count them. And then he'll be like recently, like, what's your plan? What was it? The healthcare plan? And he said, I have a concept of a plan.
Yeah.
And
but that shows though, like, if he's pushed into a corner, at some point he'll say something that's really stupid. Or like when he was pushed on his favorite Bible verse, I think they asked him like 4 or 5 times, and he just kept saying like, I don't like, that it's all good. Like that's a great clip. What?
He could have said Jesus wept.
The entire Bible front to back. Every single one is a banger.
But that's why that clip is still played today, or at least I still play it today, because it is so it's so illustrious of like who he is. Like, this is like when he's pushed to a corner, you can find gems where it's like it exposes how much of a fraud this man is.
And then he finally gave up because he's like, these people don't care if I know about a Bible verse or not. Then he went up into the front of the church people and was like, listen, I ain't a Christian, but I will make sure if you vote for me, I will fix the elections to make sure it's a Republican that wins every year. Like, he sat down and said, you know what? I'm going to stop pulling up to these places knowing I don't love the Lord. And I held the Bible upside down. They asked me about verses. I don't go to church. I don't even know where to sit. I can't clap on.
Did he say not? Because I thought he was quoted as. It sounded like he said he's not a Christian, but I think he actually said that he is a Christian. Like all of the quotes were saying that he is, but it sounded like he said he's not. But that was a weird clip.
Definitely, I took it as him saying that I am not a Christian, but if you vote for me,
which they
So,
which is true. That I think a lot of them know that he's not religious, but they don't care because they vote.
But they don't care. But they still utilize him, especially evangelicals. They will utilize him for their right talking points. They will tell people were literally saying that's when I knew, no, I can't deal with this. But people were saying in their pulpits, like, this is God ordained. God wants this for the country. Donald Trump is what God wants because, and they didn't have any other law, no nothing. At all the laws that he wants to put in place that are not godly, if we talk about it being something that Jesus would do or the Christians would do, they're not godly. They just hold on to the one about abortion. This is not, that's it. And they will continue to say that this is what God wants. And because Donald, I remember one lady, and she got ate alive for that. I'm going to vote for, she said back in 2016, before that, whatever, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. And she's a gospel singer, a very popular one. I don't want to say her name because I don't want to put her back in the limelight. But she said, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because he believes in children and the birth of children and no abortion. And I'm like, girl, everything else, this man is anti-black and you are a black woman at that. And let's be for real. Like, this ain't, it was such a crazy time, but that's what the church will do. They will just hold on to the abortion thing and say that that's what God wants. God doesn't want murder. And they kind of hold on to that. But Donald Trump, there's nothing about him that screams Christian or religious or whatever the case may be. And, but these evangelicals will get on their pulpit and preach down that he is what God wants, and people believe it, even though, and they even will preach that a war will come if the evangelicals will preach that a war will come if Donald Trump doesn't win, and that's another scary rhetoric. So,
yeah, no, I mean, they you know, this is like we're discussing this because we're having a nice conversation, but this is like, I don't think this is news to anybody. You know, it's been out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was something I wanted to say. We moved on really quick to the Canadian stuff, but that Matt Walsh video, I just wanted to go back to really quick while we wait for David to come. Oh, David's back. I looked away for a second, and he's I know, but I was gonna say, because I mentioned we watched that video on the Majority Report earlier today, and what I thought was interesting with Matt Walsh, what he was saying, what his argument was, and Ryan Grimm, we discussed, did a great job, but Matt Walsh kept saying, like, I'm anti-intervention, but what he really meant, what he was really saying, was he's anti us doing something after we've already done
absolutely
what we do to a country like Haiti.
Absolutely.
Like, his problem, he doesn't voice his problems with the intervention when the U.S. is doing the coup. He voices his problem with interventions when the U.S. feels like they need to do a little something for some of the people who are most affected by what they just did to the country.
Yeah.
His anti-intervention, he's saying that when Haitian people are being allowed into this country legally, but he wasn't, picketing and protesting when the U.S. was doing the coup.
Yeah, that's all they're this idea that anybody on the right cares, any of these media figures care about, interventionism, or like, what the U.S., basically they're motivated by the idea of the money should stay, at home, but they're never out there when this shit is going on. Like, are they right now? Are these the people? Are these guys leading the voice that are the leading voices against the help being given to Israel as they're committing genocide? Like, is it Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro out there that are arguing against? Like, fuck yeah. Like, they're so full of shit on this idea that they're anti-war or anti-intervention. Like,
I'm sick of us getting involved with Israel. I would love to hear Ben. I'm sick of us getting involved with Israel.
Can you imagine? Like, it's just, they're so fucking phony. I feel like
we just give too much support to Israel. We need to be anti-Israel when it comes to Israel. No more Israel. No more helping Israel.
That's a pretty good impression, actually.
Yeah, I can't get the pitch down, but I could do the really fast.
I can do the pitch. But I can't do the voice.
Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It was fast.
Yeah, we gotta get out of Israel. I gotta get out.
No more helping Israel
too much. We're helping Israel too much.
Yeah, I'm like
That's
I'm
fast.
morphing into like a 1930s gangster. I'm going, hey, see? No more help this way.
Help Israel too much, see? What has this podcast evolved into?
I know. Look.
I think it's super chat time.
Yeah, let's do super chat.
Rebecca, do you have super
Oh
chats?
yeah, you know I ain't got no super chats yet. I'm not monetized right now
That's
on the page,
right.
but in October they told me to apply again, so I will be applying for that. I'm fighting tooth and nail, so we're gonna get that popping. But I did get some cash apps, and I'll read them, and then I will be out of y'all here in my bed. Mary Richardson, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now, okay, I said the full name. Sorry, Mary Omega. Thank you for sending love and support my way. Thank you so much. Cameron for Cancer Free. Congrats, Leftist Queen. Thank you so much for that. That was my news in June. And Christopher Stewart. Said your full name. Sorry. Gosh, I suck at this.
That's a really popular last name, so
okay. Thank you so much for yours. Thank you. I appreciate it. Put for justice for Marcellus Williams. I believe it's the story of the child, the young boy that was hung. Let's see. Elaine, thank you so much. And hold on, something just came in. That was Elaine. Thank you so much, Elaine. David, for Vance attacks his constituents. That's the story. I appreciate it. And then hold on. Charli, thank you. The mod, I appreciate it. And Parker, and that's what I got there. Thank you so much, y'all. I really appreciate it. I love y'all. I love that I came on tonight, and I love that I was with my guys, and I will see y'all next Thursday. Love you.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. I love that we're going to be done hopefully by 11 o'clock, before 11 o'clock. This is great, especially great for my voice and potential sickness. Is this for you or me? This is for me.
Oh, no.
CMG Web. Thank you for your very generous $10. I'm trying looking for a sound drop here. $10 super chat. Is that coming through? There we go. Didn't know you folks were on, but can't stay because stuff. Just wanted to show my appreciation before I bolt. Maybe someday I'll get on some kind of schedule. Yeah, right. Appreciate your work. Laughing face. So you don't appreciate the work? Thank you so much for your super chat. Bay Photo. $5 super chat. Thank you. Says it's really feeling like a 4chan election cycle with all the online leaks of JD Vance and Mark Robinson. That's for me again. CMG Web, $5. Thank you. Says also is it portage or portage? County Sheriff Bruce Zakowski telling people to collect names/addresses of those with Harris signs. That is wild.
Wait, what was that? I'm sorry, I missed that. Oh,
They're collecting names and addresses.
Yeah.
That's scary shit. I think this is for you. It's not for me. Might be for Mike.
Yes, T King. The leader of the union sold out. I mean, seems like he's been listen, I don't know what the hell's been going on, but he's been saying things about Republicans that they don't deserve to be said about them. Not for me. Nope.
Maybe for Mike. Ignar Husky. O'Brien did the speech to reach out to more blue-collar workers who are more right-wing, who'd likely be listening. Labor politics transcends DVR politics.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, though. I mean, it doesn't. Republicans in unions need to understand that by voting Republican, they are voting against their interests. That doesn't mean Democrats are amazing and perfect and they're the perfect Labor Party, but they do work in their interests somewhat, whereas Republicans do the opposite. They work against them. And the idea that you want to reach out to Republicans to try to make them understand that, but that's not what he did at the RNC, because the RNC didn't put him up there. They're not going to let him go up there to do that. You got to reach out to them, but not let them believe that the Republicans are a party that cares about labor whatsoever.
Yeah, like I get the idea to what you're saying, commenter, but in practice, that's not what's going on here. Like it's one thing to try and reach out through speeches or whatever. It's another to then not even give an endorsement when clearly one side is complete opposition.
I think that it's where they are now. It's fine to not give an endorsement, I guess, based on. But what I'm saying is, it didn't have to be this way. The union leadership, straight led their members astray before the vote, basically.
Yeah. Shami Sengupta, 199 pounds, said, "Did you see Ryan Grimm's school, Matt Walsh in Haiti?" Yes, we indeed shared that. Jacqueline Leach, 279 Canadian, says, "I am bothered by the KKK and P boys in Springfield." Yeah, to see them descend on there, this is, I guess, to be expected when you have this national spotlight. This for you?
Oh, is it for me? 1 second.
No, it's not for me. Or it's for Mike.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Yep, here we go. Narrator with a $10 super chat. Thank you, narrator. Starving Haitians had to eat dirt because for 200 years, two of the wealthiest countries in the world extorted their wealth as revenge for freeing themselves. This line of attack is beyond outrageous. Yeah. Absolutely. Not for me, this one.
For me, Lumpin Lodge, thank you for the $2. Says, "Look into the International Party of Antarctica." I do not know anything about that.
T-Types with a super chat. Mass weaponization of hate speech is why Nazi propaganda should be illegal. The most brazen and hateful should be afraid to speak up. Oh, where is that's for me. Looney Tunes 9000. Watching Matt Walsh showing his true colors makes me sick. I don't understand why he can't just admit that he's racist. I mean, do you need him to do that though?
Yeah. Like, yes. What's that supposed to mean? Table toast? I'm reading that as table toast, even though that is not table toast. Thank you for the $2 super chat with no comment. Thank you.
Kowalski with a $10 super chat. Flex that labor muscle, folks. If you know, you know. Oh, I do know, Kowalski. It's a little bit of an inside joke from our stream. Rachel Atwood with a super chat. Why is Majority Report's Ukraine and news analysis so shitty? I don't know. I haven't really. I don't know what they've been saying. Honestly. I've not seen their coverage in a while. I did say how I disagreed with them early on when there was so much focus on, but I don't think they were that far off. I think it's fine to question what the strategy is and how much money is going there. But I don't think there's any argument to be made about supporting Ukraine is the right thing to do in this specific scenario.
The Critical Plug, thank you for your $10 super chat. Says, "I seen that pig Brandon Tatum's video on the pet eating propaganda. I don't know who that is. Have any of you had a chance to watch it? And by the way, Becca's video on it was amazing." I don't know who Brandon Tatum is, so I've not seen
that. Yeah, Jerry Martinez with a super chat. "It's crazy to me that Kamala won't outright run on expanding Medicare and Social Security. It's a missed opportunity." Well, that's Democrats' middle name. Missed opportunity. I mean, that's literally, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. CMG Web, thank you. Says there's video. International preacher Andrew Womack said, if it turns us back to God, maybe a civil war wouldn't be so bad. Millions listen to him. I mean, millions listen to Trump. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't know who this guy is. I'm sure he's a loon, but there are bigger loons that have more power. Angel Garza, thank you for your super chat. Says the story about Mark Robinson having sex with his wife's sister is likely fiction. I heard his wife is an only child. Oh, well, then it would be impossible for him to have sex.
Yeah, I mean, I saw those were screenshots from that forum going around, based
What a
on
weird
what I've
thing
been
to
able to look
fantasize
into
about.
it. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that.
Fantasizing
No,
about a sister who doesn't exist. Like,
I didn't say that it's what happened. I'm saying it looks like that's what he posted. I even
yeah, I'm
said
just saying, like, it's weird for him to
fan
post that if
fiction,
she doesn't
yeah.
have a sister. It's
Yeah.
that's a bizarre thing. This is for you.
Celeste with a super chat. Hello, it is my birthday today. Well, happy birthday, Celeste.
Happy birthday, Celeste.
I hope you enjoy your birthday, and however old you are, congrats on that many years on Earth, and I hope for many more wonderful years.
Very kind of you. Kowalski, $9.99 super chat says, harvest has begun. My madness will grow exponentially each week. I'll either be celebrating a Kamala victory in November or bringing the Republic to her knees. I'll mention your name in the manifesto. That sounds very ominous. Please do not bring me up in any manifestos, good or bad. This for you?
Yes, PM Godin with a super chat. Never forget that Jagmeet Singh has an MMA background. That's why convoy thugs don't scare him. Does he have an MMA background as well?
I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm not sure how. Again, I'm not sure. I forget how serious that was, but that's ringing bells. I remember something about him in MMA.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't.
We-
He's not
we
afraid of
more-
people. It's just about what is worth.
More fighters. Yeah.
Yeah. Not for me.
Let me see. T King with a super chat. This is for me. Bernie reaches out to Republicans by just being himself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess by talking about the issues, that's kind of what he does. Angel Garza, thank you for your super chat. This is, I think, my last one. Still weird he wrote that story. I'm not sure if that's in relation to the wife thing or what, but thank you.
And Ton Bosin with a super chat. Who knew dodging $2.90 could give you stormtrooper aim, injured citizens, and a death sentence? Oh wait, and a mayor that doesn't give a shit about you. Yeah, this was a crazy story in New York where basically a subway rider hopped the turnstile, was getting away with stealing $2.90 from the city, and police pursued him. And it ended up they ended up shooting and hitting a number of innocent people, the person they were pursuing, and one of their own officers. And apparently, one of the people who were hit and just standing by, they are seriously injured, and it looks like they may be brain dead. Wonderful NYPD doing what they could do to get $2.90 for the city. Would love to know how much that whole thing cost, aside from the life being taken, which is priceless. I'd love to know the salaries and how much that translates to for those officers who saved the city those $2.90.
Is there, and I mean, this is of course a police problem, but it's also a mayoral problem, right? Like, is there an election soon? Because I thought I saw somebody launching a campaign run next year.
Next year. We got to wait a whole, well, I guess it's not a whole another year, a couple months, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. That is the last one. There we go.
Well, what a wonderful show, David. We pulled it
That's
off.
great.
Just
We
me
pulled it off.
and you and Rebecca. The three out of 5.
Now we know we don't need those other 2 anymore, so we could just drop them
I
completely.
mean, honestly, it flew by. It felt like just a regular show. I don't think we.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh wait, I got some over on Twitch, just a few. Vandalay 1988 subscribe with Prime. Thank you, Vandalay. Hello, lovely scientist, resubscribed for 12 months at tier 1. They've been a subscriber for 13 months now. Thank you, hello, lovely scientist. And Joey Bag of Donuts resubscribed with Prime. They've been a subscriber for 5 months. Thank you, Joey Bag of Donuts.
Joey Bag of Donuts.
Joey
What a
Bag
name.
of Donuts. Oh wait, I just got another few super chats really quick. Dog on the Roof says Chris Rufo's email leaked in an Ashley Madison data dump. Law Windsor on Twitter reported it. I'll check that out. And the Themic with a super chat. Matt, have you covered Eve Frontiers, a game being developed by CCP Games and funded by crypto investors? Looks shady as hell and the big scam. I will have to check it out.
My brother is a big fan of that series. Like he went to like they have like every year there's like an Iceland the developers from Iceland. So like there's like an Iceland thing. So he went to Iceland for that game.
Okay.
Or like the game behind
Wow.
Frontiers. I think Frontiers is like the offshoot. It's like the FPS, I think. But that's
Interesting.
interesting. I didn't know. I'll have to bring this up to him because he's into that like being really critical of that kind of shit. So I'm curious what he'll think about that. Interesting stuff.
Guamu with a super chat. Binder seems sad. This is not 4 hours. No, I'm okay with it today. I'm a bit tired. This is not for me, but it says it's for
this
me,
is
but
for me.
There you go.
Still alive. Thank you for the super chat. It says format. Format. What do you think? What do you and Sam Cedar think of Alan Leichman's and his 13 keys to the White House? Would Sam ever invite him on Majority Report to chat with?
Well, I mean, I can't answer what Sam thinks of him. From what I've heard, it sounds like a bunch of bullshit, honestly. It sounds like a bunch of shit some guy threw together to like provide like, a LinkedIn style inspiration porn for liberals, honestly. That's what it feels like to me. But that's just my opinion. Sam would likely invite anybody on the Majority Report. So, the question is, would this guy go on? I think this guy's having a moment, so he probably would think he's too big, but who knows? Spastic is with a super chat. Fries or onion rings? That's very easy. Fries all day, every day. Not a big onion rings guy.
For me, it depends on the place. Not
Who's got an onion ring that's better than their French fries?
A&W. Do you have A&W in the US?
I mean, you could buy like the cream soda, but we don't have at least around here in New York, we don't have the
way they season them. It's really good. Harvey's, which I think is also just Canadian, but Harvey's has good onion rings too. But apart from that, I mean, then again, most places don't offer onion rings unless it's like a sit down restaurant. But depends. Fries are good too. Last one, interview Jill Stein. I have 0. I don't do interviews generally, so I'm not going to be interviewing Jill Stein. There we go. All right.
You're not going to interview Jill Stein, David?
No, I know.
Unbelievable.
There's a lot of calls out there. Got to bring on Jill Stein. That's the first person I've seen ask me to interview Jill Stein. No, I have no interest. I just want to acknowledge the one person in my Twitch chat. I stream on Twitch every week. I just never acknowledge the chat. But thank you, EF4IRY Thirsty, whatever that's supposed to mean. Says, how does David only have 10 viewers? He's the best commentator in a long time. Well, it's because you're on Twitch, and I don't have an audience there, and it's impossible to grow an audience there for me. So come to YouTube where you will find other like-minded
David's got
individuals.
actually, as of right now, I know David's got a huge YouTube audience, but I'm looking at the live viewer analytics on StreamYard, and I got it just jumped. I now have 10 more viewers on YouTube than David.
Wait,
with all of his
do they have that?
subscribers.
What are you looking at?
You never knew that? Look, go put your mouse right over that little eyeball on the video screen. It shows you everybody's.
Oh my God!
channel.
I never knew that was there.
You never knew. Oh, I check that all the time, and when I see it, I have
I'll be
a little.
checking this all the time now.
I have a little celebration whenever I'm beating you guys because you guys have like 10 times the subscribers I have.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you do mostly live streams, right? So this
That is
like
true.
your
I would like to
audience.
start doing more videos, and I don't want to say less live streams, but more videos. But I just haven't been able to sit down and force myself to do that yet.
Yeah. Well, I will say though, clearly Twitter is our best performing platform with 2,000.
I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that. Well, it feels good to see that number. It just feels like a bunch.
I will not question it. We have that many people watching us on Twitter. Fantastic.
Right. Just people just love us on Twitter. They're just big.
Apparently.
That's where they have leftist mafia watch parties on there. There's a whole, there likely is going to be companies that like see this, like their own live stream on Twitter, like the analytics, and going to falsely like put together like events or things, thinking they have a much bigger audience than they have. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Because when a big audience does actually come, it crashes. They can't handle it.
Yeah.
Just basic audio streaming cannot handle it. All right. Look at this. Now my Twitch audience has grown to 16 viewers after I acknowledge them. Is that all I have to do? Is acknowledge the Twitch viewers and they will show up?
Yeah,
they will just like be like, oh, someone talked about us. I'm gonna go on David's stream.
That's all you gotta
do. All right, everybody. Good night. See you all next week.
Oh wait, hold on. I got.
Oh my God! What? 3 more have come in.
Oh yeah, I did get more. I didn't see that. Tunbosin with a $10 super chat. The mayor phone seized by the FBI. His police commissioner just resigned because of his twin was doing a dirty parent trap. We got several progressives in the race again. This time, let's get it right. Yes, all the progressives need to figure out who's got the most momentum behind them. Yes. And then it's early now. They could all stay in and figure it out as we get closer. But once it becomes clear, everyone's got to drop out except for the one, and everyone's got to unite behind that one candidate. Let's not fuck around. Yes. And Tunbosin with another super chat. NYC isn't a hellhole. Our politics kind of are, though. Yes, New York politics suck. We are the worst, especially Democratic New York politics. You would think, oh, New York super progressive. No, we have we have the worst state Democratic party in the country. You see, you
have to for the state that you are.
You literally see like state Democratic parties in red states, like fighting against in the Senate, the state Senate, and things like that. You have purple states where like Dems have a majority by like 1 seat, and they're like completely taking over and passing progressive legislation. And here in New York, we got the worst state Democratic Party who are like, oh, we can't pass what we've been touting for years now because the few Republicans in our state might not like it, and the businesses are saying that they don't like it, so we need to kowtow to them, and it'll make us look good, right? And then they do that, and the polling comes out, and everyone thanks the Republicans for stopping whatever it was, as in everyone, as in the businesses, the small businesses, the businesses. And Democrats take the blame from the people who wanted that thing done, and they drop in the polls. I'm specifically talking about the congestion pricing, where Kathy Hochul came out and said, we got to pause the congestion pricing. I'm hearing from businesses, they're very worried how it'll affect their business. And now polling is coming out showing that the businesses are thanking the Republicans for doing it when they had no role. They had no role. They're a minority here. And the people who wanted the congestion pricing are blaming Democrats, which they should be. And Democrats, and Kathy Hochul especially, are tanking in the polls. Good. They deserve it. They deserve it for everything they've done. It's their fault we don't have the House right now. Remember that. It's the New York State Democratic Party's fault that the U.S. Congress is run in the House is Republican run. It is the New York State Democratic Party's fault that's why that is the case. Remember that.
Well, Andrew Cuomo, I'm sure, is sitting back at home happy about that.
We got more. We got more.
What the hell's going on here?
I'll take it. I could.
I don't have these.
Trans Girl 420 with a 420 super chat. Maintain, comrades. Next, the man Triple 01 says, if there's a wrestler that gets elected to president, I hope it's CM Punk. I like CM Punk, but I don't know. I don't know if he would do that. And Transgo 420 says, sorry, only meant to say maintain comrades.
Look at this. I now have 20 people on Twitch. My God. All I got to do is just mention the Twitch name. And
Hey, I got
how does
80
this
people
happen?
on Twitch.
I went from
so-
like 9 to 20 in like 2 minutes.
There we go.
End of
Who are
the
we gonna
show.
raid? Let's raid someone together then. That
No,
way we
does
get
anyone
the-
care about my raid? 20 people? Is that raid worthy?
20 people is 20 people, man.
I forget how to do it. That's why I'm questioning you doing it.
Well, if you don't
What
want
is
to do it,
Is it
you-
/ raid? What is it?
no, you could just open up the little the dashboard, the stream manager.
Oh, you can raid in there. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
And then click the little parachute button at the bottom. That's what I
Hmm,
do.
Should I raid this Matt Binder? He has 81 viewers right now.
No, I mean I'm leaving now. So who should we raid? Let's see.
I see Dan from the web. I know him.
Dan from the web is on. We raided Dan from
Yeah.
the web last week though, I
Oh,
think.
well,
so
I
let's
didn't.
raid someone. Oh,
Wait,
okay.
do we raid the same person? Okay, well, who else is
That's usually what we do. Me and Mike, we raid the
All right,
same
sure. Who
person.
else?
And then they get all excited that they got the Leftist Mafia raid. I on right now I see Actual Jake, Complainy Laney, Hamosi Goat, Riverboat Jack, Jason Society. What does everybody on the StreamYard think? Who should we raid? I got someone say Adrian Vixen. I follow Adrian Vixen. I don't see them on.
Let's see what my channel's saying here.
So can't raid Adrian Vixen.
So I'm getting votes for Riverboat Jack and Adrian.
All right, I see a lot Riverboat Jack. We could raid Riverboat Jack.
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, I'm clicking that raid button. 1 second.
I'm clicking that find button. There we go. How do I? What the hell? Start.
Oh,
raid now.
Riverboat Jack's watching some Tim Pool, so perfect. The man 0001 just sent me another super chat. AOC should run for governor of New York via primarying Kathy Hochul. That'd be. I would. You know. I think the rest of the country who's progressive might be selfish and think AOC should run for national office, but maybe she should have run for governor first and take it from there. Who knows? I would love to keep her in New York specific, honestly, but we'll see.
I have completed a raid. All right.
Oh, you did it already. Jeez, I didn't even. You guys let me know.
I thought you
my
did
friend.
it.
No. We usually wait to do it at the same time, so they get
Oh,
the.
sorry. I wasn't aware of the etiquette here.
Right, I get that you don't watch after you leave. It's
No,
fine.
what's let me wait and see who they raid. I can't wait to see. No, I don't.
All right, I rated. All right, everyone, take care.
Good night, everybody.